We're now joined by Memphis coach Ryan Silverfield, quarterback Brady White, and place kicker Riley Patterson. Coach, your thoughts about today's game?
Yeah, wasn't happy with the end result. We'll never be satisfied with losses. Like I just got done telling the young men in the locker room, they battled. They gave it every single thing they had, every play, for the entire 60 minutes, and didn't once have any fret, fear. They fought, and I'm proud of that. I'm proud of our seniors. Grateful for everything they did for this program. Really the winningest group in Memphis football history. We just didn't end the way we wanted to. I've got to do a better job as the head coach, making sure all three phases are prepared. That's 100% on me, and that won't happen moving forward. You know, we found ourselves a little short. Obviously, proud with the way Riley played, but when you kick 6 field goals in a game and don't come up with touchdowns, you got no chance. And then we had too many self-inflicted wounds on offense, too many penalties, and it starts with the offensive line, and I've got to do a better job preparing those guys as well. Defensively, you know, we missed too many tackles, allowed too many gaps, you know, in the run game, and we got to make sure we're doing a better job being sound tacklers and being fundamentally sound and all that. But at the end of the day, you know, 12-win football team that Memphis has, the winningest seniors, winningest group of players in Memphis football history. And, you know, our young guys got a chance to see what it tastes like to be in the Cotton Bowl. It was a wonderful week. We were appreciative, enjoyed being here. They certainly deserved it. But a lot of credit goes to Penn State. Coach Franklin and his guys, they battled as well. He's got a heck of a ball club. So full credit goes to Penn State. Again, it would be remorse if I didn't mention Mike Norvell. He's a major reason why we're all sitting here today. So a lot of credit goes to him as well. But I can promise you guys I will have this Memphis football team ready from here on out every single football game, as long as I'm the head coach here.
Okay, we'll take questions. We'll take a first question. If you'd give your name and your affiliation, please.
Terry Davis, Tri-State Defender. Coach, even with this loss, it doesn't put a damper on how great your season was. Reflect on the season now until the season is over with.
Yeah, like I said, 12 wins, you know, first time outright conference champions in Memphis history, first New Year's Six bowl game. So a lot to be proud of. A lot of records broken. A lot of guys had single individual records, but you got to be proud that you can walk away saying that you won your conference championship. So I told our guys, hold your heads up high. Be proud of what you've accomplished. Obviously, we've got a bad taste in our mouth right now, but I don't want anybody getting on our plane with their eyes down, not being proud of what they are. They all battled, and at the end of the day, I can lay my head down tonight to rest knowing that our guys went out there and fought.
Questions for our student athletes or coach? We've got a question over here, and then we'll move on to the back to the right.
Wanted to ask, right, this is John Arnold from the Dallas Morning News. Obviously, fantastic day for you, 6 for 6, mostly no doubters from at least the media perspective. What was going right for you today, and why were you able to kick so efficiently?
Obviously, I'm very blessed to be in a position to kick field goals for this football team. We've had such a good season kicking field goals, and God's blessed me with that opportunity. I have a great line in front of me, a great snapper, Trey Neal, and a great holder, Preston Brady, the holder of the year. And our special teams units have been dominant all season, and I think that's one of the backbones of this football team. So I'm really proud of all the guys in every other phase that we have on special teams, and I was glad we were able to perform today. But obviously, we want some of those field goals to be touchdowns. So it is what it is. I'm happy that we were able to make those field goals, but obviously we want to win the game, and yeah, I'm pretty upset about that right now.
Question on the outside right.
Woodall, KPUR in Amarillo, Texas. Riley, I understand that you may have tweaked an ankle or something earlier this week in practice. Tell us how you got yourself ready for this game. And by the way, this is a nice stadium here. You kicked well here. Would you like to see the Dallas Cowboys draft you?
Yeah, that's the farthest thing from my mind right now. Yeah, I tweaked my ankle. I rolled it pretty good earlier this week. And Larry and Daryl were so helpful in getting me back in shape. And to be honest, there was a little bit where I didn't even think I was going to be able to kick. So they just went to work. And like day and night, they were so helpful, and I was so grateful for them. We have a great training staff, and they just do such a great job. And there's so many little things throughout the week that, I mean, you probably wouldn't have even known that happened. And they've done such a great job this year with so many different things like that. So we're very grateful for them in our program, and yeah, very thankful for them.
If that's how he kicks with a bum ankle, I'm going to be pushing him downstairs every game next season as well. So.
Thanks, Coach.
On the aisle on the left side.
Brady, the second quarter is not going your guys' way at all, and towards the end there, you get the throw to Coxie, you get the touchdown, you get a field goal late. Like, what was it like being in this game with the ebbs and flows, and what did you guys? Obviously, it's not new with you guys responding like that, but what did you feel in that moment when it looked like maybe the game was slipping away and you guys didn't let it get that way?
Yeah, like you mentioned, we pride ourselves on our response to both success and adversity, and I think Coach Silverfield just touched on it. We're fighters, man. Like, no matter what, whether we're up 50 or down, like, we're always going to be battling. Like, everyone cares about every single play, and that's like that mentality we have. No one was phased at all. Obviously you're excited when you're doing well, but when maybe some adversity strikes or it's not always going your way, everyone on that sideline was positive and ready to bounce back. And I was proud of the way we did. Obviously, if we can have a couple or few drives back, that'd be awesome. But I'm frustrated we didn't get the job done, but I was proud of the way this team battled for every single second of this game.
Got a question on the aisle on the left.
Yeah, Jeff Calkins from the Daily Memphian, one for Brady and one for Ryan, if I could. Coming off the field, Brady, I don't know what you were saying to the fans. Were you saying any of the fans, acknowledging them, and how do you put this year in perspective? And then for Ryan, what do you think of the scene and the turnout? It seemed to be a Memphis crowd. Those are the...
Yeah, I was just thanking them because I know I touched on it earlier this week with the media. It's the holidays. It's we're traveling, and that was a pretty impressive turnout. And I saw some videos and stuff of yesterday. I don't even know where it was, but it was some event. And talk about this entire season. Memphis has showed up, not just our program, but the city and our fans. And it was awesome to run out into that stadium and see a bunch of blue. So I was just thanking them because that really means a lot to me as a player, and I think that shouldn't go unnoticed. And then as far as the season, it's been a blessing, man. Obviously, I'm pissed off that we didn't finish it with a W, but there's a lot of history that has been made, a lot of records broken, a lot of positives to take away, and the only thing you can take away from this is to have more fire under you and get ready to go back to work next season. So that's that.
Coach?
Yep, you talked about the atmosphere, Jeff, and Brady just hinted on it. The Memphis fans have been absolutely phenomenal all season. We've had the support of the city, the community, the entire 901, and our players really do feel it. They can tell. And coming out of that tunnel at AT&T Stadium to look out there and see that sea of blue, and the fans were yelling and cheering, and then to stay and applaud our young men, our student athletes as they were walking off the field. They could have easily booed us or left early. But they all stayed and clapped. And credit to our fans, credit to our players that deserve that respect. So grateful for the way they turned out. And like I said, Brady mentioned earlier, we're always going to battle for them. It's not just the name on the back of our jersey. It's the name on the front that represents a wonderful university and a wonderful community.
Question in the middle right.
Hi, this is Jacob Rice with the Daily Homesman. Question for Coach. After looking at the mismatch between offensive passing yards and offensive rushing yards, how are you guys starting to look to produce on offense in the beginning of the game, and then how did you guys adjust at halftime?
Yeah, I think we knew that they were a very stout defense, and we game planned accordingly. And there were some, like Brady had mentioned, the ebbs and flows of a football game. We had some success running the ball at times when we didn't think we would, and we had times throwing the football when at times I didn't think we would be able to. But full credit goes to those guys on offense that put the plays together. The quarterback did a wonderful job. The tight ends, the running backs, the wide receivers. Give a lot of credit to Kevin Johns calling a wonderful game. And our staff, they worked hard diligently these last 2 weeks to make sure the offense was rolling in the right direction. We don't ever go into a game saying we've got to throw the ball this many times or run it this many times. We were fairly balanced, and then we took what they gave us. A lot of times they overload the box, so we had to take some throws, and Brady did a fantastic job of reading the defenses, having that understanding.
Question on the front.
This question for Brady Wright. Today you almost threw for 500 yards and you go for over 4,000 for the season. Reflect on your season. Did you have these goals and expectations? I know you don't like to look at your numbers and all that, but reflect on your personal growth and development this season.
Yeah, well, thank you for informing me. I didn't know that. But I'm first going to say, again, reiterate, I don't care about performances. I know you've heard this before from me, but I care about wins, and we didn't get that today, so I'm frustrated with the information you just provided me. Woohoo, awesome job. I mean, but I want championships, I want wins, so it's cool to hear that, and like kind of Riley touched on, it's awesome to like set records and perform well, but that's what I love about football, man. It's not about individuals, it's about the entire team, and it takes a lot of work and dedication and sacrifice to win 12 games in a season, and a lot of things got to go together, and so I'm proud of that, and I guess all the stats are bonuses, which is great, but I want to win, so.
We got a question on the aisle, and then we'll move to the side.
For Coach, how did it feel being out there calling? Was it different? I mean, was it your first time with the big headset on, and you mentioned you're going to get the team to play as hard as you can going forward. Can you get them back to this level bowl? That's the next question.
Yeah, before I even answer those questions, Jeff, I want to, when you think about these two young men sitting to my left, the way they've been able to respond to questions after such a tough loss. I mean, Brady and Riley both gave full credit to everybody else but themselves. And I think that just shows the type of young man we have at Memphis in our football program. So kudos to them, and it makes me proud to be their head coach sitting next to them. But going back to that, to reiterate on your questions, how do I, one, motivate them to get back to games like this? Our guys work, and I know they'll work hard, and I think it's nice to have guys have the understanding of what bowls games like this feel like. We take it one game at a time, and it's going to start with our preparation when they come back January 19th, and we're going to work. And with one goal in mind, it's to improve every single day. And hopefully we end up in bowl games like this. And then we talked about just the performance. We've got to do a better job. And that it's always going to start with me. I'll never be satisfied with a loss. And, the ups and downs, and again, it starts with me coaching the offensive line. So as of right now, I'm officially firing Memphis's offensive line coach. So he's done. He's done with the offensive line, and hopefully he'll assist with it. But that's my first staff change moving forward.